Johnny Black, met Carol White in 1977, she had already been working at the BBC for several years. Working with Barry Norman on the BBC's film programme enabled her to travel to Cannes, for example, to hang around in glamorous locations and drink champagne in front of yachts. Barry signed a photograph for Carol's mum, in which he pointed out that without Carol's mum there would be no Carol, without whom there could be no Film 74. For one of the shows she worked on, she and the entire crew got their names up in moving lights on the Swiss Centre in the middle of London. If you want to know exactly why, you're going to have to ask Carol. Our contrasting surnames meant that because it was the punk era and because Carol worked in television, we earned the nickname the Monochrome Set. Carol's team in the BBC presentation department were a sociable lot and took part in outings such as this one to the Bluebell Railway. And of course, any sunny day was a perfect excuse for a picnic. The presentation team, being English, did of course have its own cricket team, and Carol wasn't going to be left out of that. In the mid-80s, Carol was working with Barry Took on Points of View. And on the odd occasions when she wasn't working, we had parties, which most of the presentation team tended to turn up for. Carol also devised and produced another programme called Fair Comment with Nick Ross. Dreaming up Christmas TV trails campaigns always seemed to be fun, but I remember one particular one for which a team of bell ringers was hired to play the Christmas TV trails theme music. One important function of the presentation department was looking after the weather. In those primitive pre-digital days, the weather charts had numbers and letters stuck on them magnetically. And on one unforgettable occasion, the letter F fell off the word fog. The weatherman, apparently unperturbed, quickly improvised an apology, declaring, "Sorry about the effing fog." When not actually working at the BBC, Carol frequently had the team round for meals and drinks and more drinks. On these occasions, they would recount tales of panics at the BBC, things that had gone wrong that nobody ever knew about. There were fond recollections of how the BBC's world symbol used to spin round, but it used to twitch uncontrollably at certain points because the mechanics didn't work properly. That globe, so familiar to millions during the 80s, was, by the way, not much larger than a ping pong ball. On these highly sociable occasions, Carol would even occasionally recall the day she was pursued down a BBC corridor by a Cyberman from Doctor Who.